India and Japan today signed what is called the Maritime Security Cooperation Arrangement. The two countries have come together for probably the first time at such a scale where the two will share maritime information. They will also share ports, repair facilities, and maintenance facilities. The two sides have been coming together on military front in the past 2 years. It all started in November 2024 when the Japanese offered a ship-based radar antenna called the Unicorn to India, and India accepted that, and that is being made jointly. Now, that was the first baby step. Today is probably the second significant step. It is significant on the following lines. As I told you, the Maritime Security Cooperation Agreement. The two sides today also mentioned about how they intend to make or work together on making naval warships. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh hosted his Japanese counterpart today in New Delhi. There was a long bilateral, after which this statement was made about making naval warships and the Maritime Security Cooperation Arrangement. India also looks at the Japanese shipbuilding industry. The Japanese have been making ships, the Mogami class frigates, at a very good pace, which is being watched by Western analysts. The ships are being turned out at a massive scale of 12 ships over the next 5 years. India also makes its own warship, so it does not need a warship as such, but needs the technology of that warship. The Mogami class has got world-class radars, sensors, and air defense systems. India needs those, and India also needs to speed up its shipmaking industry or the shipmaking speed. India makes a warship of takes around 6.5 years to 7 years. Japan does the same in less than 4 years. Japanese shipbuilding industry is at a very matured stage. India wants that Japan join hands and makes the ships here in India. It is one of the options that India has proposed to Japan, and Japan is not close to the idea. Also, the Japanese make very good conventional submarines. India is getting conventional submarines from Germany. We are going to sign a contract with ThyssenKrupp Marine Systems of Germany or the TKMS. 6 conventional submarines with an AIP plug are being sourced from Germany, which will be made in India at the Mazagon Docks Limited. However, coming back to Japan, Japan also makes submarines, as I told you, ships, sensors, semi-conductors needed in avionics for various ships and planes. It also does a lot of high-end technology work. Now, the Japanese did not share this defense technology with anyone. In April this year, everything changed. The Japanese changed their self-restrictions imposed in 1967 on sharing military technology. This change in April meant that countries like India could get a share of Japanese technology. The change has been made in the Japanese constitution. Since then, Prime Minister Modi has met his Japanese counterpart, Sane Takaichi, in July last month. The defense minister met his counterpart today. And the discussion is centered around co-development, co-production, high-end technology, and making that equipment in India. Japan is okay with India, and as all of us know, the Japanese have had billions of dollars worth of investment in India in cars, semiconductors, high-end technology, cars like the Suzuki or the Toyota, and high-end technology like semiconductors. The Japanese have invested in semiconductor plants. They have invested in multiple businesses across the country, even in metro projects and including the bullet train. But the missing link between the two countries' alignment was a collaboration in the defense sector. The two countries are part of the Quad or the Quadrilateral, which includes Australia and USA. The defense industry is now picking up. Prime Minister Modi and Rajnath have met their counterparts. Things are looking up now. India is surely going to go up with Japan. It seems that India and Japan are going to collaborate on major shipbuilding. And also, India has sought a seaplane. The Japanese make the seaplane U-2 by the company ShinMaywa. And that seaplane can service or help Indian Navy land in remote locations, drop supplies, take care of its exclusive economic zone, which spreads as far as the Andaman Nicobar Islands and further. The Indian naval ships do the duty at the moment, and even normal planes do the duty at the moment. Normal surveillance planes do the duty. The seaplane can land at sea and take off at sea. Indian Navy is looking at 4 of those to be taken on lease. The Japanese are front runners in this again. So things are changing, and we'll keep on updating you the story. With me is Tribune photographer Mukesh Agarwal.